Joining us now to tell us more about this is Shing Chung, who's the manager of the Superstitious Fund Project. Shing, to start with, tell us why this project came about. You've just graduated, right? So this was part of your studies. What were you studying? How did this come into being?
Oh, I think mainly on two parts. I was researching superstitions a lot and how they emerge from our private sphere to infect the world we live in very surprising ways, but also on technology as well, like the implications of technology, speculative or present, especially algorithms, which are quite controversial right now.
So you set up this fund, a superstitious fund. What superstitions are built in, and how does the algorithm work to turn this into a trade?
It looks at two beliefs, numerology and astrology. So it has the fear of the number 13, for example, and it also full moons, solar eclipses. So it starts to short the market when it sees these indicators. But it also connects its own patterns in the same way we connect patterns up, such as like lucky socks or lucky underwear. So it starts to generate its own lucky values, lucky numbers, that it starts to trade again using this as a new logic.
Well, it sounds sort of fun, but there is a real logic here. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the George Soros reflexivity thing, which is that we kind of create our own reality. And so if people actually react to superstitious, if people behave superstitiously, why not capitalize on it?
Exactly. I mean, like my mum's takeaway loses 30%. Tonight it will lose 30% in profits, and the American economy, it loses around $800 million every Friday the 13th.
Wow. Does it? And yet we're showing the performance of this fund. It looks to me like it's a little underwater.
Yeah, it's recovered slightly from the past month, so it's around -5% right now.
What do you think accounts for that?
I don't know.
Superstitions, presumably. So what happens now to the fund? Because it's not set up in the traditional way that a fund is by a traditional fund manager. Obviously this is very different. So how long do you continue with this project, and where do you think you're going to take it?
This experiment is going to last for 1 year, so it started on June the 1st and it will finish next year on June the 1st. I think the fund will carry on. I'll think of different algorithm experiments, and there's a waiting list for a new experiment as well. So that's going to continue. And
it's pretty easy to get in because the minimum investment is £2,
yes,
I believe. So it's pretty much open to everybody.
And there's no charge.
You, being 25 years old yourself, what's next for you?
I'm not sure. I've just graduated 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to keep that open for now.
World is your oyster. What kind of interest have you had? Obviously you've come on CNBC, which presumably is a highlight for you.
Yeah, definitely.
But what kind of interest have you had from the financial community and other people that are interested? 'Cause I know you've been flying around telling people about this project.
No, it's been fantastic. I mean, I met up with an investment firm who invested quite a bit in it and sponsored it as well, GDP Capital. Right. And it's been quite nice to be involved in the finance sector because it is also art and design project as well. So it's nice to talk to, this type of audience.
Well, and it's great to have you on the program to talk about it, especially on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Shing Chung, Fund Manager for the Superstitious Fund Project.